bring you one excerpt from the original teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda, his lifted from his unpublished writing. And today I have a very simple quotation to offer you, and then I'll have a brief discussion about it. Praise does not make you better, nor blame worse than you are. Then why heed these two? Don't pay attention when they praise you, but survey yourself carefully when they blame you. If you are in the fault, free yourself from error quickly. But if you're not guilty, then laugh and forget it. Truth will speak for you. Well, simple words, seemingly very wise. They are very wise words, but difficult for us to heed this counsel a lot of the time. Most people need some kind of reassurance, some kind of you're doing well, a little pat on the back every once in a while. But I learned through the years of living with Swami Kriyananda as Ananda's spiritual, who at the time, and Ananda's founder, who was really a friend to everyone in the community and much further than that. But in any case, what I learned from him through the years is that when you want to praise someone, when you want to acknowledge them, give them that pat on the back, that a better way to approach that is simply to thank them. Thank you for, the beautiful job you did with that. Thank you for helping me. Thank you. Thank you would express it. But when people lavish praise on one another, it's usually indicative of the fact that they themselves also feel the need for that praise. And then what happens is when we don't do a great job, when we make a mistake on something, then we feel horrible and guilty, or, just protective. We don't want anyone to see the mistake that we've just made. This is just human nature. And all of it is indicative of the ego needing satisfaction to know that it's okay, or the ego needing to hide those thoughts and actions which it knows instinctively are not okay. Why are they not okay? Because they don't lead us toward God remembrance. They lead us toward more and more ego satisfaction. And so the advice that he's giving here is, if someone praises us, just simply, God is the doer, or thank you, and, indicate in some way that that you were an instrument for something, but you're not necessarily the source of that. Or if it is blame, then by all means look at it. And become even minded enough. Now, this is a quality he doesn't actually mention in this, but it's implied to practice even mindedness. So when someone blames us, we also know that it's not us in our higher selves, our soul nature, because our soul nature is perfect. So when we make a mistake, we know that it's the ego that's made that mistake. And so accept that mistakes will happen and look at it. And then, as he puts it here in this little reading, make that change, work on changing that particular habit, that particular thought form, and root it out of your consciousness just as soon as you can. And depending on the mistake that we've made, it may take more than just a one-time thought to root it out. But if we root it out at the source every time, again and again and again, then in time we will shift. But 2 days ago, when I shared about habits and bad habits, the best way ultimately to correct an error or to change a habit is by displacing it with a positive new habit. And so it is also with our mistakes. It's not necessary to dwell on the mistake. It's good to recognize it, acknowledge it, and move on and do good, positive things in our lives. So that is the lesson for today. Whether praise or blame, do not heed those. Truth will show itself for us. It will speak for us in time. Yogananda wrote actually a beautiful chant about praise and blaming. And I don't have a harmonium here with me right now, but it's one of my favorites. When life is sweet and death a dream, thy song flows through me. Praise is sweet and blame a dream, thy song flows through me. Joy to you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Blessings.